a 14-10 lead because on the next play, Aaron Ross intercepted a pass in the end zone. Texas took over, down only 14-3, and marched the length of the field to score on a touchdown pass to Lima Swede. That made it 14-10 at the break, and the Longhorns, hoping to continue that momentum, will receive the opening kickoff of the second half from Kyle Schlicker.
Let's see how they come out, Sean, offensively. Remember, they started out with 21 personnel in the first quarter. Then they went to 11 personnel. One back, one tight, three wide. Spread Iowa out, was able to move the football with Colt McCoy. Slinging the rock.
Juan Cosby is a factor in special teams and in the receiving game on a tough run to the 26. A moment ago, Rob Stone spoke with Mac Brown.
Coach, offensively speaking, what was different between the first and second quarters for you?
Well, I thought we spread them out a little bit. They probably thought Colt was hurt and would not be able to throw the ball, so they wadded it up. We didn't get our running game going, so we spread it out and went some no-huddle offense to get him going. Thank goodness he did.
How do you utilize that late 14-point swing in your favor here in the second half?
Well, we've got to go right back and do the same thing again. We were playing hard on defense, but Drew Tate is a really good football player, and we missed 2 third-down blitzes. He had the long play on the quick out, and other than that, we played well. So we just got to play with confidence, Rob.
Thanks, Coach, and good news, Lima Swede. Just a cramp of that hamstring. He'll be good to go.
He was not on the field for that first play from scrimmage at a half. Michael Finley, the tight end, the catch. 5-yard gain on the play across the 30-yard line.
He's a good-looking redshirt freshman, Sean, a big tight end, and shows a lot of rack ability, run after catch once he gets his hands on the ball.
Swede standing with his helmet on the sideline, not on the field for this play either. There's Finley again, who statistically had the best season ever by a Texas tight end in the regular season with 23 catches and 3 touchdowns, all best ever among UT freshman tight ends, and they've had some good ones.
At 6'5", 220, can stretch the field. I tell you, Colt McCoy likes them. They came in together.
3rd down and 1. McCoy out of the shotgun with the instructions for the center Lyle send line, and then the signals to the receivers out to the left. Play clock is still inoperable. That was the case for much of the first half. Billy Pittman the catch and the first down. Out to the 44-yard line, shoved out by Miguel Merrick. 9-yard pickup.
Just the growth of McCoy bringing over Selvin Young for the rollout pass, and he brought Selvin Young from the right to his left to give him an extra protector. Colt McCoy just rose behind Selvin Young, delivers the outcut to Pittman, thrown across his body.
Brown said at the half they went to the no-huddle to hurry up in part to get Colt McCoy into a rhythm, and it worked at the end of the half, and it's carrying over into the second half. Billy Pittman the catch. Marcus Pascal the coverage. 24 yards on the gain, and again Texas moves to the line quickly.
Well, again, it's just recognition, hitting the seam route, the weakness of the defense, throwing a skinny post. And against the cover two, you have no linebacker in the middle of the field. It's just easy pickings for Colt McCoy and Billy Pittman.
Even at back-to-back big games near the end of the regular season. 7 catches against Oklahoma State, then 102 yards receiving. Their loss at Kansas State. Selvin Young taken down by Zach Gableman. The fill-in for Mike Klinkenberg, the leading tackler for Iowa, middle linebacker who couldn't play today because of a foot injury. Klinkenberg, their leading tackler, with 36 more than anybody else, but Gableman's done well filling in.
Some nice little X-blitz by Norm Parker. Nobody picks up Gableman. He's able to take Selvin Young in the backfield. That 12% blitzing, that went out the window for this game.
That percentage is a lot higher. McCoy throws. It is caught by Nate Jones, his first catch. Adam Shada had the coverage. Just the 13th catch of the year for the junior from Texarkana, Texas. They're deep at wide receiver. Greg Davis, the offensive coordinator, says we have 5 receivers we consider to be starters. They're interchangeable. 9 yards on that play. McCoy dropped. They would have had a first down. Billy Pittman couldn't hang on.
Talk about the rhythm, Sean, and you're right. You see Colt McCoy, even though that was dropped, started the end of the first half with a rhythm and started this half with rhythm. Billy Pittman, use your hands. Don't let it get inside your pads, young man. Easy first down. Drive killer.
Pittman was a prolific quarterback in high school from Cameron, Texas. Threw for over 7,000 yards. Now a field goal try. Ryan Bailey for his career is 5 for 5, but his long is 26. The field goal he's made today. This would be by far the longest of his career. Plenty of leg, and it is good. So the second-year walk on Ryan Bailey remains perfect, and Texas is within 1. We're back in San Antonio, Texas, home of the Alamo Bowl in its 14th year, and inside the Alamo Dome, the largest crowd ever to watch a sporting event in Alamo Dome history. 65,875 on hand. That's over capacity. Bob Cohen, the Alamo Bowl chairman, said this was the highest demand ever for tickets in the history of this game. Third sellout here in the last 5 years of the Alamo Bowl. Anthony Bowman running back the kickoff from Hunter Lawrence. And Lawrence, the kicker, stuck his face in and made a pretty sturdy tackle.
That's impressive for being probably a soccer guy coming in there and wrapping up. No slide tackles with him. This is a good tackle. Just putting his helmet across the bow. 1 step and wrap, 2 steps and squeeze. All right, you did your effort. Got knocked back a little bit, but at least you hit him.
He's from an athletic family. His mother, Karen Lawrence, lettered in gymnastics at the University of Texas. Drew Tate comes out throwing, and he's in trouble and down in the arms of Rashad Bobineau. First sack of the day for Texas.
The proverbial coverage sack. Iowa actually does a very nice job of picking up the blitzing linebackers. You see Perry coming in up from the top. Bobineau will sneak in here in a late delayed blitz where Drew's got to make a decision, either run it or throw it to the sidelines. Don't hold on to it. Good coverage sack by the Longhorns.
8 out of 13 in the first half for 193 yards. He's a 3-year starter at quarterback. Chuck Long, Matt Rogers, Matt Sherman, the only other 3-year starting quarterbacks for Iowa. Albert Young, the ball carrier, and Scott Derry made the stop.
Getting a little concerned if I'm Iowa, because I know the Texas staff sees what I see. When Albert Young's back there about 8 yards, it's run all the way. When he sneaks up to about 6.5 to 6 yards, it's been passed. It's kind of a little bit of a giveaway that they might want to check on.
Young big on that first drive, hasn't done much since. Coach Parents says he does alternate with Damian Sims, but it also looks like Young's been hobbled from time to time. Out of the shotgun in third, down in 11. 5 minutes into the third quarter. Tate bounces off the hit, but cannot escape Roy Miller. Roy Miller's had a huge game for Texas, the true sophomore. Played in this building in the 2005 High School U.S. Army All-American Bowl.
You got a late flag. You had Bowman and Terrell Brown out there scuffling it up. You got to control your emotions. The only thing you do is hurt your team.
There are 2 fouls on the play. After the play, personal foul, 84 on the offense. Personal foul, number 5 on the defense. Those 2 penalties cancel. The down will be 4.
And that means a punt for Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Fenstermaker with 2 good punts in the first half. Punting to Aaron Ross. Ross's girlfriend of 3 years is the great track star Sanya Richards. #1 in the world in the quarter mile and the 200 meters, and he muffed the punt. Looked like Iowa recovered at the 34-yard line. Holds to the snapper down there at the bottom of the pile. It looked like Charles Godfrey came up with the football.
This one you might want to be able to replay right here because it looks like he might have been down and see if his knee's down before the ball comes out. No, the ball, that's a good call by the officials. They're right on top of that. Ball was coming out before any part of his body touched.
Iowa going to the line quickly. Texas player without his helmet on, and now the officials stop the play.
Timeout, University of Texas.
I'll give Iowa credit. They went quickly, and they forced the timeout. The Longhorns were not lined up defensively.
Well, again, Sean, I mean, we have the ability to get the quick replay up here as the booth, and what we saw was certainly a fumble. Where the ball was coming out before Aaron Ross actually hit the ground.
Rare mistake by one of the best punt returners in the country, Aaron Ross. Iowa trying to get momentum back on its side and capitalize on the mistake by Aaron Ross. The Hawkeyes lead by a point. They once led 14-3. They thought they had scored a touchdown. That would make it 20 or 21-3. That was called back by penalty. Texas has scored 10 unanswered points. Actually 13 unanswered in all. Play action fake. Tate decides to run and gets upended near the 30 by Marcus Griffin. Second to last game of the regular season, Texas gave up 45 points in their loss at Kansas State. We talked with Iowa folks about what they learned from that. Play action pass was very successful for K-State and getting their quarterback out on the edge. Yeah, and that's what they're trying to do right there off the play action, get Drew on the edge where he has a decision. What Texas has done, they're doing a better job of, Sean. They're playing cover one. That simply means they're playing man-to-man on all eligible receivers with a safety deep. They're doing a good job of blitzing linebackers and playing that cover one, which means one safety deep, everybody else man. And it's 6 for Tate. Now Albert Young, and he gets very little. And then a Roy Miller again. Frank Ocam near the pile as well. Again, the 25-second clock is inoperable. And the officials do have a mechanism by which they can communicate with the quarterbacks. Drew Tate, the back judge, keeps track of the time, and he's right there in the line of sight. Back near the end zone. When the play clock gets down to 5, he'll raise his hand and let the quarterback know he needs to get going. Tate out of the gun. 3rd down and 3. Here comes a blitz. Tate got rid of it, but it's batted down by Michael Griffin. Drew Kelson, a backup linebacker, came on the blitz. If it was flag football, Tate would have been down. He managed to get the throw off. Now, I want to see if Michael Griffin got away with one right here, Sean. It looked to me like he had his left arm hooked on the receiver, but yonder Marshall got away with a takedown hold. And Drew throws one away. And we'll see if Griffin's left hand is getting there with the receiver. Tough to tell from that angle, but a good play by Griffin nonetheless. Now a 45-yard field goal try by Kyle Schligward. Matched the longest of his season. He hooked it wide left. Line drive, well wide. Well, the muff punt does not hurt the horns. The Alamo Dome, the 14th annual Alamo Bowl from San Antonio. Sean McDonough, Chris Spielman, and Rob Stone. Happy to have you with us. Iowa dominated earlier, but momentum is tilted back to the Longhorns. They survived the problem on the punt. And now they begin this series 1st and 10 from their own 28. Lima Sweet is on the field in this possession for Texas. McCoy throws a beautiful ball right on target to Jamal Charles. He will score. Flag down back behind the line of scrimmage. But it'll be picked up. It's against Iowa, 72 yards, and Texas takes its first lead of the football game. And with that throw, Colt McCoy ties the NCAA single-season freshman record for touchdown passes, 29, matching the mark of David Neal of Nevada back in 1998.
Sean, you want to talk about accuracy right there. It's a great call by Mac Brown. Put Charles one-on-one with Mike Humpel. And actually, Hump had pretty decent coverage on him, but the ball was...
On the play, roughing the passer on the defense, number 92. That penalty being forced on the kickoff. Touchdown stands.
Yeah, Webberman was late rushing, but the ball was so well thrown, even though he had good coverage. Charles went ahead and beat him one-on-one, and you saw the sprinter-like speed for the finish.
And the momentum in this game seemingly turned on the touchdown for Iowa that was called back by the penalty. Subsequent interception. Texas trailed 14-3 at that time. Now they lead 20-14 as Ryan Bailey kicks the extra point.
Well, it's tough duty right here if you're Mike Humpel and you're trying to guard this guy one-on-one, this Texas State sprint champion. You see right here, Humpel does a good job of staying with him. He's staying with him. He's running through. But watch the ball. Just a beautiful touch ball. Charles with the over-the-shoulder catch. And even though Humpel was a state hurdler finalist at Iowa, it doesn't compete with the state sprint champion of Texas.
Norm Parker, the defensive coordinator for Iowa, said Charles is as fast as any running back they faced this year. They'll face some speedy backs in the Big Ten, particularly given they played Ohio State and Michigan this year. Colt McCoy was a big question mark when the season began. Year one after Vince Young, Longhorn Nation concerned, who would be the quarterback? McCoy and Jevin Sneed, a true freshman, competed throughout the spring. Greg Davis, the offensive coordinator, said it was a coin flip after spring ball, but McCoy got a lot better over the summer, was very impressive in their fall camp, earned the job. But as Greg Davis said, if you told us in August he'd be the National Freshman of the Year at the end of the season, we would not have believed it. And the biggest reason why they're a lot of him, he is so accurate, 69% for the year, and that was a great example of it on the touchdown.
Yeah, and Sean, he was accurate because he wasn't really letting it loose in the really beginning of the year. As the year progressed, man, he just slings the rock everywhere.
A walk-off for the roughing the passer. Greg Johnson boots it out of the back of the end zone. While we were away, Drew Tate went to the locker room under his own power. He sprinted into the tunnel, but he has not returned yet. So Jake Christensen is coming into the ball game for Iowa from Lockport, Illinois, a redshirt freshman. Started against Northern Illinois earlier this season and played well. Threw for 256 yards and 2 touchdowns and a home win over the Huskies, their only win in the last 6 games. Albert Young smothered by Scott Derry. Loss of 3.
Well, Scott Derry just beats it's easy pickings for him when he's got a wide receiver trying to block him. He sees when he come on the blitz, just cut off Albert Young at the pass. And right there, you're trying to have Brodell block a blitzing linebacker, and no shot. Not with a guy in the mission like Derry.
A junior from Pearland, Texas, near Houston. First-year starter, missed all of last season with an ankle injury. 2nd and 13. Tough spot for Christensen. Momentum on the side of the horns. The crowd roaring. He manages to get away, and now he'll run. Flags down. Christensen down to the 27. Looks like Mike Elgin might have taken down Roy Miller. Coming up after the game, Matt Stafford leads Georgia against Virginia Tech at the Chick-fil-A Bowl on ESPN tonight. Don't like to interrupt the referee. No respect for authority. That's 8 Eastern time, the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Half the distance to the goal.
Or now he's interrupting me.
That's right.
Enough of that stuff.
I won't stand for that anymore.
Capital One Bowl Week. Also available on ESPN HD and ESPN Radio. Virginia Tech and Georgia haven't met since 1932.
Tough duty for a freshman quarterback facing that hokey defense. Texas looks like they got a little talking to about coming out ready to play.
Well, a lot of people wondered what their mindset would be. 3 games ago, they were 9-1, 4th in the BCS standings, thinking about a Big 12 championship and a BCS game, maybe the national championship game. Instead, 2 losses, no conference championship game or conference title. They're in the Alamo Bowl, but excited to be here. Rashad Bobineau dropped Albert Young at the 10-yard line.
You know, you got to hang your hat on something. And when we talked to the players and coaches of Texas to a man, they all said a 10-win season, which is something to be admired and proud of. I mean, that's tough duty in today's day and age. A parity in college football to get 10 wins. Outstanding season.
Christensen played in that 2005 U.S. Army All-American Bowl right here in the Alamo Dome, and his mates were moving early.
A lot of times a new quarterback, different cadence, different rhythm kind of throws off the offensive line.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Marshall Yonda, the guilty party. Here's Rob Stone.
Well, Sean, I'm digging best I can to get you an update on Drew Tate. The way they dispense the medical information is they have a retired sheriff on the sideline that everything goes through. So he does not leave the sideline during the game, so obviously he is not in the locker room. I can tell you this, Drew Tate, as of now at least, is not in the x-ray room.
Back to the 5-yard line, 3rd down and 25. Jake Christensen. Quarterback draw. He's dumped for a loss. Back at the 2 by Drew Kelson. The backup linebacker. He's played running back, safety, and linebacker at Texas. Good special teams player. He's made a couple of nice plays here in the second half.
Yeah, this is what I love about Dwayne Aquina. I mean, he's got 3rd and forever. He does not call out the dogs, and in fact, he says hunt dogs. He keeps blitzing no matter the choice of circumstances, just to get the momentum going and keep his guys hungry. Great call by Dwayne Aquino.
Andy Fenstermaker punting out of the back of the end zone. Aaron Ross standing at the 37-yard line. He had trouble fielding the last punt. Wobbly spiral. Caught at the 39. Ross looking for help. Still needs help. And does not get it. Loss of 3 on the return of a 36-yard punt. But still excellent field position for Colt McCoy and the Horns, leading by 6 with 4:12 to go. He is an interesting young man to speak with. We enjoyed the visit with Colt McCoy yesterday. Coached by his dad, Brad, at Jim Ned High School in West Texas. He was 34-2 as a starter playing for his dad, 2 times All-State, also the team punter. He threw for over 9,300 yards in high school. Tops all time in Texas 2A high school football. That's one of the smaller classifications. Operating a great field position to start this possession. And getting Grady, Linus Swede, the intended receiver. Looked like he pushed off Adam Shada and got away with it. And the pass fell incomplete.
And he's got his partner, Miguel Merrick, coming over and making an argument for him, but good cover by Shada, which is tough duty covering a 6'5". Linus Swede. Sean, it's nice to have the versatility of Texas to be able to run 2 different type of offenses with success. Here's Drew Tate coming back out, joining the game.
2nd and 10. And a handoff to Selvin Young. The 2-yard pickup. Picked up by Kenny Webama. Young's a 5th-year senior. Graduated earlier this month with a degree in sociology and criminal justice. Tate getting loose. They need the defense to stop the momentum right here. Texas scored 10 points in the span of 3 minutes and 45 seconds to take the lead for the first time. McCoy in this quarter. 6 out of 8 for 125 yards and a touchdown. He'll throw. Very little pressure. Now he's under duress. Pulls up to throw, and it is incomplete. Intended for Nate Jones along the far sideline.
You know, you made the statement earlier. He's no Vince Young, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't run around well. I mean, he's got great feet, and right there, he just outran Mike Humble to the sidelines. Then he had the awareness to step back and just threw the ball a little high. But he's a great athlete. Now, he's no Vince Young, but there is no Vince Young but Vince Young.
That's right. Left Texas as a Texas legend when in the NFL. Some wondered if his skills would adapt to the NFL, and he's the talk of the league right now. Well, apparently he didn't get what he wanted for Christmas, those 2 front teeth. Texas with a decision to make here on 4th down and 8.
I think you got to punt the football. The defenses seem to play well. They're playing better man-to-man pass defense.
And they took the delay of game penalty on purpose.
Delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Now they'll punt from the 45. Mack Brown, dating back to his time in North Carolina, has taken his teams to a bowl game 15 years in a row. That is the 2nd longest active streak behind only Bobby Bowden. Greg Johnson will punt. Mack Brown has now had 17 straight winning seasons. That's also 2nd among active coaches behind Bobby Bowden. Dominique Douglas catches the short punt, and he got brushed, and there is a flag down. Tully Jansen, the snapper, ran into Dominique Douglas.
A heck of a job by Dominique Douglas to come up and make the catch on the run to save valuable yardage. It's kind of a brain cramp right there. Just stay up. No, I think he just maybe, I don't know if he tripped over his feet.
After the play,
or he's a long snapper after all.
On the kicking team, number 91. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
I think he tried to stop Sean. He just he got caught up in the rubber stuff flies over here in these turf fields.
He looked like our statistician Dick Bossing coming back from the Riverwalk last night. Here's Rob Stone.
That was a good one, Sean. All right, quick update on Drew Tate. The medical staff still has not told us what sent him to the locker room, but you know, I'm creative. I get to do hard work there. If you look at the interior of his arms where the crease is at the elbow, they had to bandage up both of them because they were bleeding. Looked like he had to go in for double IVs, if you ask me.
Albert Young burst through a big hole across midfield and out of bounds at the Texas 46. Reminiscent of their opening drive, which Young powered. That's a 22-yard run, his 2nd run of 20-plus in the football game. Bobineau the tackle.
Watch Marshall Yander right here and Chandler getting a block, but Albert Young's 8 yards deep. What's that tell you? Run. That's Moyaki. Excuse me. They both get a block, turn their defenders out, and Albert Young with fresh legs finds the crease. Good vision by Albert Young.
All right, we're trying to weather the storm and perhaps reclaim the lead with a touchdown and an extra point here in the waning moments of the 3rd quarter. Tate on the design roll to the right. The catch made by Brodell. And closing quickly, Aaron Ross. 6-yard completion to Brodell, who was one of the stars of the 1st half. He had 3 catches for 114 yards and the 63-yard touchdown. That's right after the last regular season game, when Brodell had 159 yards receiving in their loss at Minnesota.
Yeah, that was the same play they scored a touchdown on. This time Aaron Ross had a better jump on the ball. Didn't give Brodell time to make any moves after the catch. It broke on it, made a good solid physical tackle like he's supposed to. The guy down here matched up with Charles.
Tate after communicating the play, right on target. Dominique Douglas down to the 23-yard line. Minute and a half to go in the 3rd. 17-yard completion.
The growth of Dominique Douglas. Beautiful throw by Drew Tate to intentional throw behind because he sees Aaron Ross playing on top of the wide receiver. When he's playing on top of the wide receiver, Drew Tate and the receiver both recognize the position of the corner. Drew Tate delivers to the back shoulder. Dominique grown as we watch him as a freshman. Right before our very eyes.
Dominique Douglas grew up in inner city Detroit playing on the playgrounds. Ken O'Keefe, the coordinator, says he does a great job of using his body to get open. Here's Brodell. On the move again. Touchdown, Iowa.
Well executed. You want to know why I think Drew Tate's an NFL quarterback? Because of this. Because he just makes people around him better. You see people run. Brodell's fooled him with the speed. He's deceptively fast. And again, you see heels touching rear end. You know that young man's moving. They didn't get a hand on him or a shot on him.
He was a sprint star in high school. Brodell set his school record at Ankeny High School in Iowa in the 100 at 10.4 and the 200 meters as well. Won the 100-meter dash at the 2003 Drake Relays in Iowa. And he's one of the fastest men in his state. And he has demonstrated that blazing speed against this very fast Texas defense today. Schlicker's extra point. Now the difference in the game. Iowa, with Tate back on the field, reclaims the lead 21-20.
Drew Tate, huh? That's why you want that guy, right? He's a leader. He makes people better.
A tough year, largely due to injuries, but as Kirk Ferentz said, he is still our best chance to win. Schlicker's kickoff brought back by Quan Cosby to the 27-yard line. Tomorrow night, last call for Larry Coker is hit on ESPN HD.
Well, I challenge you guys to play hard for Larry Coker. Play hard for your coach. He's a good man. Did a good job down there.
Terrific man who did a very nice coaching job there. I think underappreciated. McCoy out of the shotgun. Short throw again just to Michael Finley, the tight end, and he ran into the muscles of Edmund Miles. Edmund about 4.
Yeah, Edmund Miles is not a farmer, but his girlfriend, his dad's a pig farmer, and he went to the pig farm. He couldn't wait to get off the pig farm.
Yeah, he said his girlfriend Lindsay invited him to the family farm in Preston, Iowa. Said the partly of the difficulty was the smell, to be quite honest about it. He said that and the fact we were so far out in the country that my cell phone wouldn't work. Finley again short of the first down, 36-yard line on the final play of the third quarter. Back and forth we go. Texas once trailed. They took the lead by 6, but Kirk Ferentz's team has rallied back. The Hawkeyes by 1 with 15 minutes to go in regulation in downtown. John McDonough, Chris Spielman, and Rob Stone were at the sold-out Alamo Dome. Largest crowd in the history of this building, which opened in 1993. Has hosted a couple of basketball Final Fours and a women's basketball Final Four. Better than 65,000 in-house. They've watched a good one, Iowa and Texas. The Hawkeyes by 1 as the fourth quarter begins. 3rd down and 2, Longhorns, and they convert. On a quick hitter to Quan Cosby out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 8.
And that's a nice job of Crosby coming back for the football, not standing there and letting Godfrey jump all over him. He just works his way back, and Cole trusts Cosby that he's going to do that.
Out of the gun again. Texas has rushed for 15 yards in the game. I'll add to that total as Selvin Young goes across midfield to the Iowa 49. Zach Gableman the tackle. Here's a look at today's game track presented by New York Life. Texas has leaned very heavily on the right arm of Colt McCoy. 2 touchdowns, giving him 29 for the season. The NCAA record for a freshman, tied with David Neal of Nevada. Andy Brodell's been the big playmaker for Iowa. 143 yards receiving on 5 catches, a couple of long touchdowns. The most recent put Iowa back on top. Now they're getting the running game going. Jamal Charles bounces his way down to the 29. Edmund Miles the stop.
ball, Charles got nicked up a little bit right there. He delivered a blow to Humple. But watch it burst, Sean. This is what you can't see. See, check, check, bam. There's that extra gear that a lot of people have. There's where he got popped a little bit. He delivered a blow to Humple, and I think he hurt himself a little bit after that shot that he gave to number 44.
2 plays ago, they had 15 yards rushing for the game. Now they have 42. Spent a lot of time trying to improve the running game in the bowl preparation. It hasn't paid off so far today. Juan Cosby to catch. It isn't as if they haven't run the ball this year, Chris. They've averaged 170 yards per game rushing. That's 30th in the nation. But as Greg Davis and Mac Brown said, we haven't had the big explosive plays that we're so used to getting last year from Vince Young, prior year Cedric Benson, Ricky Williams. They've done it in little dribs and drabs.
Well, and part of that is that defenses don't have Vince Young to worry about, so they don't have to sign an extra guy to watch Vince Young.
That opened up the running game for others.
Yeah.
Quick throw and catch short of the first down. It's Nate Jones again. It'll be another 3rd and short. Miguel Merrick made the tackle. And the coaches feel the running game has just been a little off. A block not held quite long enough. A crease just missed by the running back.
Offside on the defense. Number 99 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Ryan Madison, a junior from Mishawaka, Indiana. Grew up there while his dad was coaching at Notre Dame.
Yardage gain on the penalty results in a 1st down.
Greg Madison, now the defensive coordinator at the University of Florida. And when this game is over, Brian's going to head out to Arizona shortly to be with his family and act kind of as a consultant. I mean, the Hawkeyes played Iowa State. Brian has a few ideas that Dad might want to incorporate into the defensive game plan.
Boy, Greg and Charlie Strong both have done a good job as co-coordinators down there at Florida. And yeah, well, Brian, you can't give any secrets away about Ohio State.
Brian said he gets asked all the time, how come you didn't play at Notre Dame when your dad was there? He said, my mom didn't like my position coach if I went there. McCoy looking toward the end zone, didn't have anybody open, and he throws it away. Got taken down by Webama right after he got rid of it. Subway